Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Cat on a Sofa. And I want to have a look today at the Tremors movies. Yes. So Tremors, I want to say it came out in 91. Was it 90? I'm not entirely sure. I shall check that. It's like either 90 or 91 or thereabouts. And I remember it fondly from when I was a child. I was always a big fan of it. And yeah, it's an incredibly fun, cheesy horror slash monster comedy, I guess you could call it, movie about graboids. It's really, really good. It's far better than it has any right to really be. But I don't know, like old, especially practical effect driven movies that can, like, they're quite cheesy. They have a bit of a soft spot in my heart, and it's a very fun movie. So when I saw this Arrow set, I immediately had to jump on it because it is very nice. Big fan of the Arrow slips here. We have some nice like, I just call it very slightly shiny very slightly raised lettering on there. So yeah, big fan of Arrow slips. I really wish that Titans of Cult would switch to something of a more similar quality to this. I think it would greatly improve their credibility if they did. And I keep on and on about them, but that's a video for another day, because I'm talking about Tremors today. So yeah, very nice slip. We have on the inside standard 4K array, and inside we have the Tremors 4K disc and the bonus disc. And does this not have does this not have a standard 1080p? Or interesting. I thought this had a normal disc, or is that I guess this is just the 4K. I didn't know that. Oh, it's not that it's that much of a problem. I have another copy right here. So yeah, Tremors, starring Kevin Bacon and Fred Ward and others. Oh, Michael Gross. Yes, you mustn't forget Michael Gross, because he's become an absolute staple of the series. Yeah, in fact, he's the only person to be in all 7 of the movies, I do believe. So, we have a few art cards, my dudes. We have, shit, what's his... you know what? I can't remember their bloody names. I can't remember the characters' names. Wow, I know that's Rhonda. God damn, I can't remember their names. I'll look that up. But yeah, so we have those guys. Shit, what's their bloody name? I can't believe Valentine. Val? Ben, I don't know. I'll look it up. So yeah, anyway, we have some very nice art cards here. They're pretty good. They're about standard for Arrow. So yeah, those are pretty nice. We have I don't know what the hell this is. I have no idea. Naked Lunch with a typewriter for a head. And a voucher for 50% off Wang's Market. Right, so yeah, we have that. We have a poster of, I don't think oh yeah, it's pretty small. You'll easily get that on. We have the American Graboid. Of course, there are other variants too. There's like I think the South African one is different. There's like several different versions of the main Graboid. City of Perfection. Established 1902 with a population of 14 people. I don't know how this tiny little place like maintains its community. You would think that there's not enough money out there, but I don't know. And then we have a much bigger poster. I really don't think I can fit this on. Arrow always double-sided posters in. So yeah, that's the one side. And the movie poster one on the other side. That's very nice. Not that I would ever put these up, because one, I just like to collect them, and I wouldn't want to ruin them, and two, you can't really put up posters with creases in it. It just looks wrong. It's always been an odd choice to me that they include folded posters. Yeah, anyway. And we have another staple of Arrow is a very nice information booklet with information about the movie, the design, many things that I will almost certainly never read, but maybe on one cold and rainy afternoon I might feel the need to read it. Maybe one day. So yeah, that's the Arrow 4K collector's set. I do wish that Arrow would be a bit more consistent with the sets they release, because sometimes they release like a set with a Blu-ray, and then another one is just a Steelbook, and then sometimes they release a box with the Steelbook, and then other times they won't. It's like, I don't know why. It's really, because then I have to make the decision: do I want the box, which is really nice, but no Steelbook, or do I want the Steelbook, but no box? And yeah, the recent Wild Things had like 3 different editions, which was much better, and so I just, immediately just grabbed the box, the Steelbook box. But anyway, so this is Arrow's more recent release of a Tremors Steelbook. I bought it just because I wanted the Steelbook. I didn't need it in any way, shape, or form. But I've given up on collecting for the sake of just collecting movies a long time back. I now collect for the sake of collecting, collecting. So that's why I quite happily double up on some things. And this one does have a Blu-ray too, which is nice, because every so often, I might want to watch something in bed where I don't have a 4K player. So yeah, the artwork's very nice on this. I'm a bit upset. I'm kind of becoming a bit of a snob to matte steelbooks, I guess. It's not that they're bad, it's just that I don't know, they're just not as nice as glossed or spot glossed, and I don't know. I just feel like we're getting shortchanged somehow. I do think that every version of this one was the same, but yeah, the artwork on this is very nice. And there we have the internal artwork of Val. I want to say it. No, that's Rhonda, not Val. Yeah, Rhonda's a woman. Yes, being grabbed by a graboid, as you do. And then we have a much less nice of a booklet than the one in the collector's set, but it's I'm sure there's some interesting information in there. It's nice to have. I would rather have it than not have it, right? So yeah, that's just Tremors 1, and then I had up until I bought this the Tremors 5 movie anthology, and I had Tremors 7 on a crappy little slimline, which wasn't so nice. And I didn't have 6. I bought 7 on Blu-ray because I hadn't seen it, and I just wanted to watch it, basically. It's pretty good, but I'll get to that in a second. So, yeah, this is the German import of the Tremors 7 movie collection. I saw somebody post this on Instagram, but theirs had a limited sticker on it, with a limited quantity, a nice shiny hologram sticker, and I thought this was that one. I mean, I could only find it on Amazon Germany, and I couldn't. It was very, very difficult to find any information about it, but I found it in the end, and I just assumed this was it, and when it turned up, it wasn't the limited edition one, but it looks the same anyway, I guess. I don't know, I just would have preferred the limited edition one, because it's limited edition, and, it's probably just nothing but a buzzword, but who cares? So yeah, a nice, solid, rigid slip. I hate it when you can see that joining line there, but I can't do anything about that. So yeah, we have some gorgeous artwork on this thing, so I will just unfurl this, and Can we get all that on the screen? Just about, I think. Just about the whole thing. And yeah, we have some very nice artwork on this. The actual I posted this as a reel on Instagram recently, and the guy that did the artwork got tagged in it somewhere and messaged me saying, thank you for appreciating my art, which was nice. So yeah, uh, it is some very nice artwork. Let's just show you all of that. I'm a big fan of sets like this, but they do seem to be a little bit more fragile than I always feel like I'm having to be more careful with these than normally I would. But alas, it is what it is. So let's talk about the movies just in brief, because I'm not really a review channel. But I can say something, can't I? So Tremors 1, we all know, is the introduction. It's the big one. It's the one that got released at the cinema. It has Kevin Bacon in it, for starters. And I do think for the longest time he hated that he was in the film, and he was very vocal about that in recent times. As most celebrities tend to do, they mellow out slightly, and I think now he appreciates that he was in it. But yeah, arguably the best one of all 7, probably had the highest budget. And it's very good. It has some amazing practical effects. It's pretty funny. It's got some good gore in, a little bit of action, and it's a very good film. Second Tremors, straight to DVD or VHS or whatever it came on at the time. But I had incredibly fond memories of the second Tremors as a child, and it's very, very good. In fact, for a while, I was actually calling it my favorite of all of the movies. It's incredibly fun. They introduced a new element to the graboids, where if they get left alone long enough, they go into like kind of a sleep, and then 3 shriekers pop out of it that can see only in infrared, and they can't hear, and they run around, and they eat anything warm, and they're clever. They do problem solving. It's really good. And then we have Tremors 3. We go back to perfection. In fact, it's called Back to Perfection. And some will say, well, this is where where the franchise starts to slip. But I really enjoy this one too. I think they are, after the second one, say from the third one onwards, they maintain a fairly decent quality. I've said this before. I think some people watch films with the wrong expectations, and I don't go into Tremors, any of them, even all of the sequels, expecting the Shawshank Redemption. I don't expect it to be the Green Mile. I don't want Saving Private Ryan, Forrest Gump. Wow, I'm naming a lot of Tom Hanks here. I don't expect it to be The Wolf of Wall Street or The Revenant or any other artsy, serious movies. I just want them to be fun. I just want to be entertained. Watch a campy monster movie, where with graboids. I mean, how this one goes incredibly silly, because the Shriekers eventually turn into another one that can fly, and guess what they're called? They're called ass blasters, and they literally fart fire, and they explode because they're filled with methane. So yeah, and on to Tremors number 4, and this one's a prequel. It's about the first. I do believe it's the first time that people really encountered them, and Michael Gross's character, it's the same. It's still Michael Gross. He's playing like an ancestor. And he's like a mine owner, he's a very sniveling, weaselly kind of guy. But like halfway through the film, he kind of steps up. He goes he becomes a gun nut, and it's the start of the character. You can see his character coming out from the other Tremors, even though it's not the same character. But he transforms from this like sniveling weaselly guy to a badass gun nut. It's quite the transformation. It's good, and it's pretty fun too. I really don't have a problem with it. The other three, I haven't seen these ones nearly as much as the other ones. In fact, I think I've only seen these three once. They're pretty good though. I mean, they do start to lean very heavily into CGI rather than practical effects, and it's cheap CGI at that. So it's like, I kind of wish they would carry on using practical effects, but you can kind of forgive it because, you know, it's like, I guess it's faster and cheaper and easier to do CGI these days than it is to do practical effects. And I guess that these films have a relatively low budget compared to, especially the first one. But they're pretty fun for what they are. So if you've ever only watched the first one, or if you've never watched any of them at all, I would really highly recommend them, especially the first one. They're great. They're great little fun films if you just want to kind of switch off your brain and enjoy it. So yeah, that's Tremors, guys, and they are very fun. That just about does it for this video, my guys, my dudes, my peoples. If you enjoyed my little video, please like and subscribe as usual. And that's not right. And if you would like to follow me on Instagram, the my username is on screen right now. And I shall see you next time.